Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we have an exclusive piece of Obi-Wan Kenobi news, courtesy of Making Star Wars. This concerns O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character and a few plot points. Now, as always guys, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you might want to turn away now. But if you want all of the juicy details, all of the nitty gritty as I like to call it, then let's dive straight into it. So this is pretty interesting, and afterwards, I do want to talk about the potential connection with the Andor series. So first of all, Making Star Wars say that they believe, based on their sources, that O'Shea Jackson Jr. is playing a character called Rokun. This character is going to be in multiple episodes and aids Obi-Wan along his journey in the limited series. They say they're under the impression that Rokun could be a breakout character from this Star Wars story, so he is going to be important, distinctive, and could play a part in other Star Wars stories in the future. And then they mention a plot point. In the series, Rokun agrees to take Obi-Wan and Princess Leia to Alderaan. But the thing is, Rokun is a first come first serve kind of guy. As the captain of a large ship, Rokun must finish his current charter first, so Rokun and the ensemble are heading to the first charter stop and then to Alderaan to drop Leia off. So then they talk about how Kenobi and Leia come to meet Rokun. In their own words they say, "I informedly speculate that it's via Kumail Nanjiani's character that they meet Rokun in Chapter 2 after rescuing Leia from the spice den on Daiyu. They believe that Kumail's character is a bit of a seedy dude, but he's actually part of this Underground Railroad movement, part of the early rebellion, doing a very honourable thing as one of Saw Gerrera's partisans." And speaking of which, we do need to talk about the connection between Saw Gerrera and this character Rokun. Making Star Wars say their sources believe there's a very strong chance Rokun is a family member of Saw Gerrera. In this article they mention the possibility of Rokun being Saw Gerrera's son, but based on O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s age and the potential age range of his character, that is practically impossible. Rokun is probably in his late 20s to early 30s, and Saw Gerrera at this stage is also in his 30s, so definitely not father and son, maybe family members, but what we know is that they're partisans working for the same cause. And Making Star Wars do say, quote, "In this instance, there is actually a connection between Rokun and Saw Gerrera." And I think they're setting up a sort of connection between the Andor series and Kenobi. Andor takes place 5 years down the line from Kenobi, and we know that Forrest Whitaker is reprising his role in that show. So having partisans of Gerrera's crew appear in Kenobi first, especially with Rokun, one of Saw's relatives, seems very deliberate. And I think these rebel partisans, these rebel extremists, are one of the most fascinating aspects of the rebellion at this early stage, and obviously the Kenobi series is 10 years before Rogue One and 5 years before Andor. So we're really dealing with the earliest stages of this partisan group. Some truly exciting stuff. And finally, Making Star Wars also say that after the first duel with Vader, Obi-Wan is saved by Rokun and Leia, and is then taken back to Jar Bim, where he's healed presumably in a Bacta tank. By the sounds of things, the Kenobi series is shaping up to be an awesome show, one that is expanding a lot of the lore that we've come to know. The earliest factions of the rebellion were certainly some of the most passionate, and folks like Rokun and Saw Gerrera would go to extreme lengths to take down the Empire. For them, the end justified any means, and sometimes that meant innocent civilians dying. And Saw Gerrera himself in recent content is being expanded in a huge way. After having appeared in the Clone Wars, Rogue One, Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Rebels, last year we also saw him just after Order 66 in the Bad Batch Season 1, and he is set to appear in the Andor series as well. Maybe he'll make an appearance in the Bad Batch Season 2, we'll just have to wait and see. I did a full character breakdown of him on Patreon, and also I mentioned him in great depth recently in my Rogue One Hidden Secrets video. I highly recommend checking out that video if you're as interested in this character as I am. And speaking of this leak, one question I do have about Rokun is he going to be as extreme in his views as Saw Gerrera? If the two are connected in that they're related and belong to the same partisan faction, is Rokun going to share in Saw's willingness to do whatever it takes in the name of defeating oppression? Or is he going to be a softer character? Considering he's going to be an ally to Obi-Wan and young Leia, I'm personally inclined to believe the latter, but then again, Saw did have a soft side as well, so it's really hard to tell. But let me know your thoughts of this leak in the comments down below. Also, my dear friends, for the Kenobi series, we have 3 new images. We've got Obi-Wan on Tatooine, then him on Daiyu, and an amazing shot of the Grand Inquisitor. And let's be real, he looks much better in this one. Just take a minute to take it all in. And so now, my dear Mandalorians, we do have a bit of Thrawn news, because Jordan Mason over at Cinelinx is claiming that contrary to all other rumours, Lars Mikkelsen is not playing Thrawn. Now, let's just relax for a minute because I don't believe this. Many other reputable outlets have been saying this is the case for months, and it's not clear where his source is from. This has kind of caused a lot of panic within Star Wars fans, but I would say take this with a grain of salt and let's just wait and see. Last year, LRM Online reported that the Ahsoka Disney Plus series had cast Mena Massoud as Ezra Bridger, with Lars Mikkelsen reprising his Star Wars Rebels role as Grand Admiral Thrawn. Popular insider My Time to Shine Hello has hinted to the contrary, and claims that casting has only just been completed for the two characters. Meanwhile, editor-in-chief of Cinelinx Jordan Mason claimed that last he heard, Mikkelsen will not be reprising his role as Thrawn. And look guys, it goes without saying that for now, all rumours regarding the casting of Thrawn and Ezra are just that, rumours. We really don't know what the definitive situation is. Ahsoka was last reported to begin filming in late April this year, but according to Production Weekly, this has now been moved to May. And speaking of Ahsoka, a couple of days ago over on my community tab, I put a poll to you guys, which are you most looking forward to, Ahsoka or The Mandalorian Season 3? And I know, I was a little bit cheeky, I said, you've got to choose one. Well, it was really close, 13,000 amazing votes, and The Mandalorian Season 3 just edged out Ahsoka by like 2%. Thank you all for voting. I really hope you enjoy those polls. I do them occasionally, about 2 to 3 times a week. Personally, I could not be more excited for Ahsoka. As we know, it's going to be a sort of continuation of Star Wars Rebels. We're going to see Sabine and Ahsoka search for their friend Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn. And Making Star Wars have said in the past that they've heard we're going to see the entire Ghost Crew. That's right, all of the surviving Ghost Crew in live action. So that means Hera Syndulla, her son Jason Syndulla, Chopper, Zeb Orrelios, Sabine Wren, and we might even see the likes of Agent Kallus. We can expect the Ahsoka series to drop sometime in 2023. I think that show is going to be the second biggest after Obi-Wan Kenobi. The anticipation for that show is enormous because fans of the Clone Wars have been waiting to see a show like this for 14 years, and that's how long we've known Ahsoka and seen her grow and develop. Seeing her in Mando 2 was awesome. I know that not everyone is a fan of Rosario Dawson in the role. I think she did a great job, especially as an older, wiser, more mature Ahsoka. But I digress, my dear friends, so let me know your thoughts of this and everything we spoke about in the comments down below. What do you make of the Kenobi news, and who would you like to see playing Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Bridger? If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and a massive welcome if you are. And if you want more videos that you can't find here on YouTube, like LEGO gameplays, Star Wars Explained videos, and my mega streams, then click the link down below. That'd be so appreciated, but until the next one guys, may the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg, have a good one.